In this monologue, we're going to touch on homeopathy and the placebo effect. So, homeopathic medicine is going to be my list of medicines that I really disagree with very strongly. And the reason is, homeopathy preys on stupid people or uneducated people. Now, I was somebody who used to use homeopathic medicine for headaches. And the interesting thing is, it does seem like it works. And the reason it seems like it works is because you believe it'll work. It's called the placebo effect. Now, and the kind of cool thing about this is, and kind of sad thing was, it worked for me until a friend of mine explained to me how this was actually working. And then I proceeded to do research into the topic myself, because I actually, being a good skeptic, did not believe my friend. And from the research I had done, homeopathy is complete BS. And the reason is, when you get to many of the mixtures, because let's back up a little bit. What is it? So, the way homeopathy works is this belief that various ailments are caused by various stimuli. And there's some truth to that. Where the BS comes into play is this idea of, if you dilute a little bit of that whatever is causing the symptom into a solution of other inactive stuff, it will cure you of it or prevent it. Example, say, be headaches. So, where the BS comes into, and this is where, as soon as you start researching it, your BS sensors should be going off, is that in homeopathy, the more diluted something is, the stronger of a medicine it is. And when you get to some of the higher dilution levels in homeopathy, and I'll leave it for the listeners to go and research this. I mean, it takes about 30 seconds on Google. When you get to some of these higher dilution levels, there are not enough particles in the known universe to have a single particle of the substance that you're diluting. So if you made a pill out of all of the particles in the universe and then just put one particle of that substance in there, your pill wasn't diluted enough yet. So once you get to that point, you should be realizing by now how BS this is. Now, the problem with homeopathy is, first off, the name. It sounds so wholesome. It sounds like a naturalistic way of curing whatever ailment it is. You're probably not going to have any side effect. And let me just pause right there. Any kind of treatment that is advertising as no side effect, particularly drug-based treatment. And I don't mean, and when I talk about, treatment, it's because, I don't mean like you have a stiff back, so a friend gives you a back massage to relieve your back and you don't have any side effect from that. I mean more along the lines of, you're taking a substance to cure a problem and there's no side effect. The reason there's no side effect on drugs like this is that drugs like this aren't doing anything at all. That's why there's no side effect to be had. Anything that you think it's doing is just your own misperception of of what it's doing. It's the very reason why, when they're testing real medicine, they use double-blind studies, and they use sugar pills so that the people who are not getting it and the people who are getting it don't know which one it is, so they can weed out that expectation. Because when they're making real medicine, they want to make sure that medicine actually works, and it's not just you thinking it works. Because the difference between someone selling you homeopathic medicine, or lack thereof, and actual drug companies, is that actual drug companies are selling you actual medicine. People selling you homeopathy are selling you snake oil. It does not work. It never has worked. It never will work. And if you give them your money, you are simply being swindled.